Example 13, Algebra 7, still under quadratic equation. The chords of a circle intersect as shown. Find the value of x. Before we do anything, it is important to recap the properties that guide the intersection of the circle and the intersections of the chords in a circle. This is a chord, as the question tells us, and this is another chord. And those two chords are intersecting within the circle. And when the chords are intersecting within the circle, this must have understood in a different topic, this part or this length multiplied by this length, I am saying this from this point of the circle to the point of the intersection, multiplied by the length from the point of intersection to another point of the circumference of the circle within the same line, meaning 3 times 4 is equals to this part of the length multiplied by this part of the length. I hope that is clear. In other words, what we are saying is x multiplied by x plus 2 is equals to 3, this 3 times 4, which is 3 times 4. And how do we go about that? Opening the brackets, we have x squared plus 2x is equals to 12, and because this one is suggesting to be a quadratic equation, then we are going to have x squared plus 2x minus 12 is 0. That is it. If you try to solve this equation using factorization method, you'll ask which two numbers when we add they give us a 2, and the same numbers we multiply they give us a negative 12. And you realize we don't have such whole numbers. So it will be very difficult to solve this equation using factorization method. And that is why quadratic formula is universal. It can be able to solve each and every question. Therefore, in this case, our A is 1, our B is 2, and our C is minus 12. So we can substitute all that in a quadratic equation whereby x is equals to minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac, everything over 2a. And as such, a we have serial is 1, b is equals to 2, and c is negative 12. Substituting that, we have x is equals to minus 2 plus minus 2 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 12, everything over 2a, 2 times 1, which is just 2. And we can use the calculator at this particular point, and we have x is equals to minus 2 plus or minus the root of 4, because 2 squared is 4. Let us see 4 times 12 times 1, of course, it's 48, and that 48 is minus negative 48. As you can see, 12 is a negative here. Minus times minus becomes a plus, so 48. Having said that, everything over 2. But what is x now? Minus 2 plus minus the root of what? 48 plus 4, the square root of 52. Everything over 2. What is the square root of 52? the root of 52 equals to what? 7.211. So let us say x is either -2 plus 7.211 everything over 2, whereby we have x to be equals to, let us say, divide by 2. Let us say that the value of x can sometimes be 6, or rather 2.61. I do that again. -2 plus 7.211 is equals to that. Everything divided by 2. We have x is, as you can see, x is -2 plus 7.211, which is that. Divide that by 2, we have 2.61. X is 2.61. We have or x is equals to -2 minus 7.211 everything over 2, and another possible of value of x is -2 minus 7.211 is equals to that, divided by 2 equals to -4.61. But again, common sense again should be applied here, because we are talking about the value of x, which happens to be the distance of a certain part of the chord. This is x and this is x plus 2. So there is no way this can be the answer, because we cannot have a negative length of the chord. So ignore that answer. And the only valid answer as far as this question is concerned is just that, the value of x.